Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions. Thank you again so much for our time together. It is a privilege and an honor to sit down and just share a simple Bible thought with you each day. Services tonight and tomorrow, I'm continuing in our series of Acts, Paul's final sermons to the leaders of the great revival that was born out of Ephesus and changed all of what was then called Asia and recentered Christianity from the Middle East to what was then called Asia, beginning to move toward Europe. But right now, I want us to go back to Acts 28, a little farther down Paul's life. He's been through shipwrecks and everything, and now he finally arrives in Rome. Acts chapter 28, beginning with verse 16. When we got to Rome, Paul was allowed to live by himself with a soldier to guard him. 3 days later, now that's something that you should underline in your Bible. 3 days later, he called together the leaders of the Jews. When they had assembled, Paul said to them, "My brothers, although I have done nothing against our people or against the customs of our ancestors, I was arrested and handed over to the Romans. They examined me and wanted to release me because I was not guilty of any crime deserving death. But when the Jews objected, I was compelled to appeal to Caesar, not because I had any charge to bring against my own people. For this reason I have asked to see you and talk with you. It is because of the hope of Israel I am bound with this chain." Now, that's a lot of doctrine in there, but I want you just to see that first phrase, 3 days later. Paul rested for 3 days after his journey before confrontation. Now, there's a principle that each one of us need to learn. Don't walk into a confrontation tired. Rest before confrontation. When you're tired, your patience is shorter. When you're tired, your brain doesn't work as well. When you're tired, you get irritated more easily. When you're tired, you don't defend yourself as strongly as you should. Fatigue of our body does affect us. So before Paul walked into a confrontation with these Jews, the Jewish leaders of Rome, he rested for 3 days. The simple truth I want you to see today is when you know you're going into a confrontation, you know you're going into an argument, don't walk into a confrontation tired. Rest before confrontation.